Hey there, you tired of feeling judged and labeled by society? Do you feel like you've been broken down by the harsh words and unforgiving stares of others? What if I told you that there is a place where you can find acceptance and belonging beyond the limitations of human perception? Welcome to True Vibe, where God's Word speaks life, lifts hearts, and reminds you of your purpose and truth that transforms. In this video, we'll dive into the depths of God's unconditional love and explore how His grace can set you free from the chains of shame and societal judgment. Join me on this transformative journey as we uncover the truth that can change your life forever. Picture this: you're standing in the crowded marketplace, surrounded by people who seem to know you intimately, judging your every move and whispering their opinions behind their hands. You feel like an outcast, longing for a place where you can be yourself without fear of ridicule or rejection. The weight of their judgment feels like a heavy burden on your shoulders, suffocating your spirit and stealing your joy. But what if I told you that you are not defined by their limited perceptions, that God sees you in a much different light, a light that shines through the darkness of their judgment and illuminates your true worth? You see, society often labels and categorizes people based on their own limited perspectives. They may judge you for your appearance, background, or choices in life, reducing you to a set of characteristics that they deem important. But these labels cannot define the depths of your soul. They cannot encompass the complexities of your character or the potential that lies within you. The Bible tells the story of Rahab, a Canaanite prostitute who lived in Jericho during the time of Joshua. When the Israelites were about to conquer the city, Joshua sent 2 spies to spy on Jericho, and guess who welcomed them? None other than Rahab, the infamous prostitute. Despite her reputation, Rahab recognized the power of the God of Israel and had faith in Him. She hid the spies on the roof of her house, protecting them from the king's men. And when the Israelites entered Jericho as promised, she was spared from the destruction that befell the city. Rahab's story reminds us that God does not confine Himself to the limitations of human perception. He looks beyond society's labels and sees the true potential within each of us. Imagine being labeled a sinner, an outcast, or even worse, all because you've made mistakes in life. These labels can become a heavy burden, shaping how others treat you and how you perceive yourself. But what if I told you that you are more than your mistakes? That God sees you through the lens of infinite mercy and boundless love. David, the famous biblical figure, was a prime example of someone who faced societal judgment and rejection. When Samuel was sent to anoint one of Jesse's sons as the next king of Israel, he overlooked David, the youngest son, thinking he wasn't important. Despite being rejected by society and labeled as insignificant, David went on to become a great king after Saul, known for his bravery and leadership. He faced many challenges and even committed mistakes, but he never stopped believing in God's plan for his life. Through it all, God had chosen David, not for his physical attributes or societal status, but for his heart. Think back to a time when you felt judged and labeled by others. Perhaps you were criticized for your appearance, background, or something you believe in. How did those labels affect you? Did they hold you back or cause you to question your self-worth? Remember, you are not defined by those labels. You are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, and your value doesn't come from societal approval or rejection. It comes directly from your Creator. Have you ever experienced a moment when you felt deeply ashamed or unworthy? Maybe you struggled with feelings of guilt over past mistakes, or felt like an outcast because of your unique qualities. It's okay to acknowledge these feelings. We all have moments of self-doubt and despair. But remember, no matter how deeply you may feel these emotions, they do not define your true identity. Picture this: you're engaged in a heated argument with someone who holds differing beliefs or values than yours. In the heat of the moment, you lash out, saying things you later regret. But then something unexpected happens. You realize that your words have hurt someone deeply and caused them pain. In that moment, you feel a wave of shame wash over you. But here's the thing, despite your hurtful words, you are still valuable in God's eyes. Your worth is not determined by your occasional mistakes or moments of anger. You are loved beyond measure by a God who understands your struggles and forgives you freely. But why should you care about God's perspective, not just conform to society's expectations and pretend to be someone you're not? Because when you live a life that's pleasing to others but displeasing to God, you're like an actor trapped in a role that isn't their own. Your actions become a performance devoid of authenticity and genuine joy. On the other hand, when you choose to walk in God's ways, though it might involve facing rejection from society, you're embracing a life filled with purpose and true fulfillment. God calls you to be genuine, to shed the masks you wear to please others, and to reveal the beautiful, unique individual He created you to be. In John chapter 8, Jesus encountered a woman caught in adultery. Instead of condemning her, as was the custom of that time, He offered her forgiveness and the opportunity to start anew. Through this encounter, Jesus taught His disciples and us a profound lesson. He showed us that we should not be quick to judge or label others, for we ourselves are not without sin. We all have moments of weakness and times when we fall short of expectations, okay? But instead of dwelling on our mistakes, we must embrace forgiveness, both for ourselves and for others. By forgiving ourselves and others, we break the chains of guilt and shame that hold us back from experiencing God's abundant grace. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with the weight of your mistakes and the judgment of others. This backpack seems to grow heavier with every stumble and misstep you take. But what if I told you that you could lighten your load and find freedom in God's grace? As you continue your journey, you come across a serene lake nestled amidst the lush greenery. As you approach the lake, you notice a group of people gathered around the water's edge. Their eyes are fixed on something in the distance, and curiosity compels you to join them. To your astonishment, they are staring at a boat that has just arrived on the far side of the lake. And who is in that boat? None other than Jesus Himself. The sight of Jesus stirs a mix of emotions within you. Feel a sense of familiarity, as if you've known Him for ages. At the same time, there's an undeniable pull towards Him, a magnetic force that draws you closer. Intrigued and yearning for connection, you decide to take the next step and walk towards the water's edge. But wait, before you make your move, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and reflect on your journey so far. Think about all the labels, judgments, and rejections you've encountered. How have they shaped you? How have they affected your self-perception and your relationship with God? As you keep your eyes closed, picture the weight of those judgments pressing down on you, making it harder to reach Jesus. Now, with a deep breath, imagine releasing that weight. Let go of the need for approval, the desire to conform, and the burden of societal expectations. Open your eyes and look again at Jesus waiting for you on the other side of the lake. With newfound clarity and lightness in your heart, take another step forward. Feel the ground beneath your feet, firm and supportive. You are grounded in the knowledge that your worth is not defined by others' opinions. With each step you take towards the lake, let go of another burden. Release the shame, guilt, and fear that have been holding you back. As you approach the water's edge, feel a sense of peace wash over you. The turbulent waves of doubt and uncertainty calm down, replaced by a tranquil stillness. You are on the verge of encountering Jesus, the embodiment of unconditional love and acceptance. And there He is, Jesus, extending His arms towards you with a welcoming smile. His eyes, filled with warmth and understanding, convey a message of unconditional love. As you reach the boat, Jesus helps you in, and the moment you step in, you feel a sense of relief wash over you. It's as if the weight of the world has been lifted from your shoulders. But the journey doesn't end here. Jesus invites you to join Him on the boat as He sets sail towards the horizon. As you navigate the vast expanse of life's waters, know that Jesus is your anchor, your guide, and your constant companion. He will be with you through every storm and every moment of calm, reminding you of your inherent worth and the depth of His love for you. This journey is a metaphor for your walk with Christ. Each step you take towards Him represents a choice to release the burdens of societal judgment and embrace your true identity in His eyes. Remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Your value is not determined by what others say or do. It comes directly from your Creator. If you feel lost, confused, or weighed down by the expectations of the world, know that Jesus waits for you with open arms. He wants to help you lighten your load and set sail on a journey of self-discovery and purpose. So take that leap of faith, let go of the past, and step into a future filled with hope and the promise of new beginnings. If this video touched your heart and resonated with your experiences, we invite you to show your support by hitting the like button. Your support means the world to us and helps spread this message of hope and inspiration to more people. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more uplifting content, and may God bless you on your journey.